Here, we relax, we release, and we let go. We breathe into the idea of creativity, knowing that God has created each one of us so that God could create through us. We open ourselves tonight to divine ideas. I invite you to tune in to...
Say these prayers. Of course, they're individual. We have an individual heart that reaches out and wants to speak prayers of blessing and prayers of healing. But tonight we have a special night, as we do the first Wednesday of every month now. We are saying our prayers and our blessings, and our tribute is to honor and bless Ukraine. And so as we say these prayers, we're praying with them. I just ask you to just, as we sing this song, and sing the chorus with me, close your eyes and just imagine the people of Ukraine being in this room with us, because clearly we are one with them. Connected by the heart. Where do you end and where do I start? Anything you pray for, if fear is in your way, I'm here to listen to anything you need to say. Your prayer is my prayer too. Your prayer is my prayer too. Whatever you feel, I feel too. You're a part of me, I'm a part of you. Your prayer is my prayer too. My prayer too. I hear the worries that are in your way. There's nothing I can do to take your pain away, but I'll help you reconnect with that voice that's deep inside. Let angels wrap you in their love. Let Spirit be your guide. Your prayer is my prayer too. Your prayer is my prayer too. Whatever you feel, I feel too. You're a part of me, I'm a part of you. Your prayer is my prayer too. 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 People of Ukraine, your prayer is my prayer too.
will. The daily word. Today's word, Wednesday, June 1st, 2022. Today's word is creativity. I am the light of God expressing. Together, I am the light of God expressing. There's no limitation in God, no end to the many wondrous ways that the divine manifests in the world. From the fanciful to the functional, I notice and anticipate the diversity of human-made works I see every day. I marvel at the creativity that surrounds me. I focus my energy and attention on the light of God within me, which I follow toward new outlets for my creativity. I'm eager to try new things and approach them with a playful and curious attitude. And I stretch and grow through these fun explorations. Today is the perfect day for my creative expression, and I say yes to the nudges of my heart, and I delve unabashedly into my unique expression. I delight in letting the light of my creativity shine. I delight in letting the light of my creativity shine. And from John chapter 1, verse 9, the true light, which enlightens everyone, was coming into the world. The true light which enlightens everyone was coming into the world. I'm going to step out there and dare to change that. The true light which enlightens everyone is coming to the world. It is here, and you are it. You are the one that God is expressing. So let's breathe into that truth.
Let's reach out to the people of Ukraine and let them know how worthy they are of our love, how we delight in knowing that we can reach them all the way across the earth by the energy that's generated in this room, and how precious they are in creation. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. Just send these words out to the people of Ukraine. Let them know how deeply we're connected. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. I want to know you. I want to hear your voice. I I want to reach out and touch you. I want to see your face. I want to know you more. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul.
And so this evening, we light the Christ light for Ukrainians, knowing that the one presence and one power that reigns in and through our hearts, reigns in and throughout the hearts of humanity, throughout the hearts of Ukrainians, knowing that it is that cosmic Christ light that shines through all of our hearts. So we hold that space tonight and always. So I would like to invite to the platform Andy Roman, whom I had the pleasure of briefly meeting, and I will not take your time up with trying to give a big old bio, because I don't have it. But what I do know, and what I do have, is I know that Andy has stepped forward, he's had experiences, and he stepped forward to a call to make a difference, to be a change agent here on planet Earth. Thank you for stepping forward.
Thank you for having me. Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me tonight. My name is Andy Roman, and for the past, 2 months, I've been volunteering in Ukraine. A lot of people don't understand why I was so passionate about Ukraine, but they don't know that I have a very strong Ukrainian heritage, and I had been to Ukraine many times before the war started. I have a lot of relatives in Ukraine. It's hard to keep track of how many, but probably around 50. And I speak a lot of the language. So when the war started, I felt strongly called to do more than just share links on Facebook. And not that that doesn't help, but I just knew I couldn't sit on the couch and watch the news anymore. And so I found myself on a plane to Poland without a real plan in mind of what I would do or how I would help. And somehow God introduced me to all of the people that I needed to know to make a real difference. I was just taking trains through Europe, not really knowing where to go, but I met people who were working with a church in the Czech Republic who gave me the keys to an old Mercedes Sprinter van full of food and told me, here, take this to Ukraine. And I did. And so it wasn't long that I met more people who were helping, and I became better connected, and we could more effectively bring supplies into the country and take refugees out. So the first time I went, I was there for 3 weeks, and my parents didn't know, but I in conjunction with the churches in Ukraine, evacuated about 130 people and brought in about 4 truckloads of food and supplies. I didn't know what I would see when I got to Ukraine, but I had an idea. And I saw a lot of things. I saw a lot of terrible things. I was in cities like Kyiv and Irpin and Bucha that had been occupied by the enemy just weeks before I had got there. And I saw the destruction and the heartbreak and the loss and the devastation that the Russians had left behind. But I also saw something I didn't expect to see, and that was the light of God's love in a lot of places you wouldn't expect it. I saw it in the faces of thankless volunteers that came from all over Europe to help people who they had never met, who they would likely never see again. I saw the love of God in the eyes of an old woman whose house was rebuilt and was no longer just a smoldering pile of rubble. I've always been a Christian and I've always prayed, but never in my life have I seen prayers answered so immediately like they were when I was in Ukraine. I'll share with you a quick story of one of my most emotional border crossings. I was leaving Ukraine with a bus with 10 refugees, and one of them was a man of military age. And the law in Ukraine is that if you are a man of fighting age, you are not allowed to leave the country. But he had multiple sclerosis and really didn't have any use of his hands. Well, that's my best diagnosis. But he had a letter that exempted him from the draft, which he had all officially stamped and signed off on. But when we got to the border, we discovered that they had never written down his official diagnosis. He had come all the way from Kharkiv, thousands of kilometers, to get to Poland just to be turned away because of a clerical error. And so I was faced with the decision of, do I turn around and bring these other families back into Ukraine? So I made the decision to give him all the money that I had on me, which was the equivalent of about $30 US, and to pray with him and to leave him behind. And I really struggled to keep myself together, but I knew that I had an obligation and a responsibility to the other families that I had in my van. And how the border worked was there was a queue to get through the Ukrainian side and then a queue to get through the Polish side. And as I was past the Ukrainian side, I could see him in my rearview mirror with his one bag, all he had in the world. And I just felt such sadness for him. And I prayed so hard that God would guide him and be his shepherd. And about 20 minutes later, when I was in line for the Polish side, I looked to my left and I saw him in the back of another van. And we made eye contact, and he's like, "Hi." And so he got back in our van, and I asked him, what happened? How were you able to get through? And apparently there had been a doctor who happened to be on the border. And he took one look at the man. He said, "He can't fight. He can't operate a gun. Why would you not? We don't have room for him here. Get him through." And so they sent him through, and we were able to take him the rest of the way to the church in the Czech Republic. Just endless stories like that, one after the next, of God just intervening and showing his love to really make it all happen. Since I've been back, we have formed a 501c3 organization called UkrainianPeace.org. And through the love and connectivity of all the churches in Sarasota, we've raised almost $19,000, which has bought over 1,000 liters of diesel, which has been delivered to churches, countless pallets of food, medical supplies, tourniquets, baby food, diapers, and a van. So I just have to tell you that everybody in Ukraine is blown away by the support and the love and just the care that everybody in the world has for them, especially in America, because they didn't realize that we even knew where Ukraine was. And a lot of people didn't, but I just like to say thank you so much for everything that everyone has done, and God bless you.
So, at this time, we're going to engage in a bit of a practice. We're going to engage in a candle lighting service. AV booth, can we bring the lights down just a little? I want people to be able to see, but I want little
Up here.
little less, little. Yeah, that's wonderful. Andy, I'm going to ask you to come and be present with me as we move into this. So, as Phil plays, I'm going to ask you to just allow yourself to be in that space of breathing. Breathing in and exhaling. Relaxing your shoulders. becoming fully aware of the omnipresence of God, knowing that there is no place where God is not. Andy, one of our highest roles, the high holiest roles in Unity, is to hold sacred space. In that consciousness of wherever two or more are gathered, there I am in the midst of them, and it shall be done. I bless you, I bless your work, and I see the presence of God working in and through you in wonderful ways. For you have said yes to the call. So I ask you to hold space with me here. Hold space knowing that every candle that is lit is an answered prayer, for every prayer is answered in God's perfect time and God's perfect way. So you and I, we hold this space, knowing that you are the activity of God made manifest, knowing that your work is blessed. Individuals here tonight, you may know a Ukrainian, you may not. You may know a family, you may not. But the truth is that we are one with God. There is no separation in consciousness. If one human is hurting, we all are hurting. So when you feel that call upon your heart, when the timing is right, I invite you to light this candle and know that that candle represents the Christ Spirit. That Christ light that shines in your heart. That shines in the heart of every Ukrainian. That calls them forward, that supports them on their journey, that leads them and guides them. And Andy, perhaps you want to light a candle. So when you feel that call, come forward. Come forward to light that candle, to practice the presence. To know that the love that is within your heart, that you share now, is indeed received by all Ukrainians. So we hold that sacred space. We remain anchored in the presence of God. That grand overall design. As a spiritual community engaged in the spiritual practice, we affirm that the peace of God is unfolding throughout Ukraine. The peace of God is unfolding throughout the Ukraine. together, we choose to look beyond the current circumstances of the appearance of discord. And we remain anchored in our practice. And we affirm that the peace of God is unfolding throughout Ukraine. As you find that space of breathing deeply into the presence of God and exhaling, you breathe into the core of your being. For there is that place that is within you that only you and God reside. At the very epicenter of your being, you breathe into the pure peace of God that is within. So allow yourselves as a spiritual community just to breathe in finding that place of peace, and breathe out. Knowing that you are one with the one presence and the one power, holding a space of peace. Peace, be still and know that I am God. Peace, be still. And know that I am. Peace, be still and know. Peace, be still. Peace, be. One more deep unifying breath as a community. Exhaling, releasing, peace. Peace. We hold this sacred space for our brothers and sisters in Ukraine. We affirm that peace is unfolding, and we give thanks that through the power of the spoken word that these words must be so. Peace. Wherever two or more are gathered, there I am in the midst of them, and it shall be done. So as a collective, we hold this space of peace, and we know it is unfolding. Peace. In the silence. And so we breathe deeply into that space of peace. We exhale, and as we do, we release it to the God of our being, knowing that it is multiplied and returned. For these words of spiritual truth, we are eternally grateful. As we say, thank you, God, within and all around us. And so it is.
I will change your name. You shall no longer be called wounded, outcast, lonely or afraid. I will change your name. Your new name shall be confidence, joyfulness, overcoming one, faithfulness, friend of mine, one who is complete. I will change your name. You shall no longer be called wounded, outcast, lonely or afraid. I will change your name. Your new name shall be confidence, joyfulness, overcoming one, faithfulness, friend of mine, one who is complete, confidence, joyfulness, overcoming one, faithfulness, friend of mine, one who is complete.
Thank you, Phil. So now is the time where we prepare for our financial gifts and our love offerings. Andy, can I ask you, can I call you out in front of everyone and say, how old are you? I'm 22. He's 22, folks. He's 22, and this man is chosen at 22 years. He's 20. I want to be more like Andy. Right? Does anybody else want to be more like Andy? He's 22 years old, and he has made a He's 22 years old, and he's made a conscious decision to step forward and be a change agent here on planet Earth. So, tonight's I want you to understand that you can't outgive God. And I'm going to ask you, if you're inspired, to step forward and stretch yourself a little bit and really support this 22-year-old young man who has stepped forward to be a change. And ask yourself, what is mine to really do in this? He's doing the work, all right? He's out there doing the work. Let's give him a little bit of energy to do that work. So as you prepare that, let's just take that, hold it to your heart space, hold it in your mind, ask yourself, what is mine to do, what is mine to give, and let us affirm together our offertory blessing. Together, divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I leave. Abundantly, yes, absolutely. So on your way out, there are Kimberly or maybe Peg or someone. I've put the offering plates out there where they usually are on Sunday. You will find someone out there they're ready to receive your gifts. And Andy, we receive those gratefully. So thank you so much for preparing that. And Phil? Yeah, please.
Let's let this be. Oh, do you want to say something?
I'd just like to thank everybody so much. And if you'd like to learn more, you can go on our website, ukrainianpeace.org, and also our Facebook group for updates. So, Дуже дякую and Slava Ukraini, which means thank you very much and glory to Ukraine.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you.
And don't leave without making sure I have all your information for your work. Okay. All right, we're done.
I want just everyone to think of anything that you're able to do tonight, anything that you're able to do to follow up and to step out and do something to make a difference in the world, to make a difference in Ukraine, to make a difference for these people. It can't come from anything else than love. And so I want to send you out with this song on your heart and in your mind to just love the heck out of people. Shower the people you know with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna work out fine if you only wait. will. Shower the people you know with love. Show them the way you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. Shower the people you know with love. Show them the way you feel. Things are gonna work out fine if you only will. Shower the people you know with love. Show them the way you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. The words I have to say may well be simple, but they're true. Until you give your love, there's nothing more that we can do. Love is the opening door. Love is what we came here for. No one could offer you more. Know what I mean? Have your eyes really seen? You say it's very hard to leave behind the life we knew. But there's no other way. Now it's really up to you. Love is the key we must turn. Truth is the flame we must burn. Freedom, the lesson we must learn. Do you know what I mean? Have your eyes really seen? Love is the opening door. Love is what we came here for. No one could offer you more. Do you know what I mean? Have your eyes really seen? Do you know what I mean? Have your eyes really seen? Namaste.
So, Andy, each flame represents a prayer that we hold for you in your ministry. I ask you to continue to follow the passion in your heart. When you're following the passion, it won't make sense to a lot of people. You know, this work that we do called ministry, a lot of people look at us and say, you're crazy. Continue to do it. Continue to allow the flame of the Spirit to burn brightly in your heart and allow the Holy Spirit to go before you to shape and shift and pave a path. I bless you. I bless your ministry and the work that you do. God bless you. We send you forward with our prayers, our love, our blessings, and our money. All right? God bless you in the work you do. You're welcome.